players, if you like silly party games all about giving wacky clues and doing charades, then you ought to check out Rabble. In this game, each team will have their own set of cards, which they will not see before playing, and you are just trying to get your team to guess all the words in your little deck. At first, you can say almost anything except for the word at the top of the card, then you can only say one word in the second round, and then you can only do acting and charades in the third round without saying any words or making any sounds. It seems easy enough until you factor in the fact that the other team is going to be playing different challenges on you to make different rounds that much harder by giving you limitations on your speech or making you do extra acting that has nothing to do with the cards that you're trying to get your teammates to guess. I'm a really big fan of these types of party games. I don't get to play them very often, but when I do, this is definitely the type that I gravitate toward. That kind of silly time's up monikers. A lot of games have done this before, but this one is a little bit different. By adding in those challenge cards, it definitely makes the game more difficult. You'll see things like, oh, you have to speak in an accent or in a really low voice, but then you'll also see things like you have to pretend that you're tossing a pizza in the air the entire time that you're giving clues, which makes it hard for players like me who talk with their hands and try to give gestures during that first round in order to try and get their team to guess those things a little bit more easily. So there are a lot of really fun challenges in there as well. And honestly, if you don't like those, you can still play without them, and the game itself is still a lot of fun for that reason. The one thing that I kind of don't like is that instead of having points on the cards like other games of this style tend to have, you get scored based on if the other team doesn't guess 10 of their cards, then your team scores 10 points. And the only reason I don't like that is because it means that the team that didn't finish their deck, their score is just 0. And that's a little bit more disappointing than saying, oh, I did 10 of my cards and I got 12 points for those. So I just thought that having one team that doesn't score anything was a little bit more disappointing. But otherwise, I really, really like the game. There's a ton of cards in the box, so there is plenty of variety for that. There's lots of challenges, so it'll be a while before you work your way through every single card in the box. So if you like this style of party game, you definitely have to check this one out. You can check out my full thoughts on the blog today.